Hello everybody, welcome back to RogueReefing and welcome back to Hawaii in Jurassic World Evolution 3. I have taken a little break. I've been, super excited to jump back into this game, but I've been playing around with the sandbox mode a little bit, and I have really just absolutely love this game. I mean, the graphics here are gorgeous. I know, as of recording, there's a little bit of controversy out there. You can see the pop in and out of the grass here for the LODs. There's people complaining about the complexity meter on console. If you're one of these people out there, let me know your thoughts. What are you feeling about the game? Do you regret your purchase? Do you not? I know this is, only the second episode in the campaign series here, but I'm really enjoying it. So anyway, let's jump back in here and get started. So we have a mission here to place a control center in this blue area. So let's go find that right under here, under operations. And again, we have two choices here. And then we have some community creations here as well. But here we have the Jurassic World Control Center and then the Jurassic Park Control Center. And I do not think that I would be able to place the Jurassic Park Control Center, even though I feel like I want to. I feel like this fits a little bit better. But we're going to go with the Jurassic World here.
We should hook that building up to the path network too.
Yep, connect this up with the paths, just like normal. There we go.
Science by candlelight is great for atmosphere, but less great for productivity. Let's get a generator down and power that building.
Why did they not have a generator there before? I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna put a small backup generator here.
Scientists have a variety of skills, but researching male synthesis will require experience in genetics. Please hire whomever you think can do the job.
All right, so we gotta hire some scientists now. And does it say actually, we need somebody with a genetic skill of 2. So let's go in here, scientists, recruit scientists. At least a genetic skill of 2, this lady has 3. Let's see who else we have. Ooh, Stephanie Wells has 4. I think Stephanie is gonna benefit us long term. I know. Oh, and she's actually cheaper too. What? Okay. Yep, Stephanie, you're coming in.
That's the genetic skill requirements sorted. Scientists aren't free, so let's not hire more than we need for now, huh?
Okay, first off, we're gonna need a science center. See, while parthenogenesis is a thing, that's reproduction without a mate. Dinosaur breeding typically requires a pair. Male dinosaurs are uncommon in the wild, but we can create our own with a bit of clever research. That's where the science center comes in.
All right, so we got to place down this science center here. And again, this is the Jurassic World. Oh, incorrectly aligned? What? I wanted it this way. What if I wanted it to face this way? How dare you, game? How dare you tell me which way I have to align this? Anyway, this is the Jurassic World one again. And then we have the Jurassic Park variant here, which I believe I will place the Jurassic Park variant because I think it looks a little bit nicer here in this tropical Hawaiian setting. Plus, I love the concrete, like the brutalist look of all the Jurassic Park stuff. That's the best. I absolutely love that original aesthetic. Nope, not attractions. We gotta go to genetic modification, male dinosaurs. Stephanie, get on it.
Dr. Baldera,
Like
do you truly believe that this breeding program will work?
I'm pretty sure it will.
Ooh,
Dinosaurs breeding in the wild
nice.
is rare,
Loading
but
area?
I've observed common needs and behaviors. That's what we're building for.
Path back here.
Next steps. Right. We need to gather some genetic material if we're going to actually synthesize a male. but finding an appropriate dig site will take a head for logistics that I definitely don't have. Let's hire some practical thinkers.
All right, so now we're gonna hire another scientist with a logistics skill of at least 4. Or well, I guess it says combined total of 4. So we have 2 of 4, but let's try to get one that has 4 as well. Ah, here we go. Mizuki has 4. Let's see who else we have. Okay, Mizuki, you are coming with us.
Now let's research a dig site with plenty of Maiasaura fossils.
Wonderful. There's surely no better choice to pioneer this research than a species whose name means good mother lizard.
Well, sure. What better reason to bring a breathing, thinking being into a strange new world than a lovely, apt name?
We'll need an expedition center to act as a base of operations for the dig. Let's construct one immediately.
I love Maiasaura. Here's just some information about expeditions. If you want to read this, feel free to pause. I know how they work from the game before, from the previous 2 games. So, again, if you want to read this, pause, or maybe I gave you enough time by rambling that you've read it already. But anyway, I love Maiasaura. If you all did not know, Maiasaura is actually the first dinosaur to go to space, and I did mean that. Actually went to space, not while it was living, but as a fossil. It was taken up to the International Space Station, just a piece of it, to do some research up there that, you know, they can't do here on Earth. What that is exactly, I don't know. I'm sure one of you down in the comments below will tell me. But yeah, Maiasaura, the first dinosaur to go to space, which I think is really, really cool. All right, we have the expedition centers here. We have 3 variants now. We have the DIN, we have the Jurassic World. That looks pretty nice, actually. And then we have the Jurassic Park. Again, I just really love the Jurassic Park aesthetic. I think it's super great. So we're gonna go, yeah, we're gonna go with the Jurassic Park aesthetic. And let me see, can I get this like here? And then can we put that path? Yeah, I think that looks a little better.
Expeditions
That's
and me
nice.
go way back. They're a crucial part of any site like this one, after all. See, we send teams out to dig sites where they collect fossils. Then we crack those fossils open and scoop out the genome, which lets us create dinosaurs. That wasn't the most scientific explanation, but it gets the idea across, right?
A whole lot of Maiasaura fossils and eggs were found in Montana's Egg Mountain dig site. Sounds like a prime expedition spot to me.
Oh, hey, that's not far from the dusty patch of paradise we just came from. Small world.
Smaller still when the continents were smushed together.
As I was saying, you know, something that kind of irritates me after being in this game for a little while now, the DFW from the last game, from, you know, JWE 2, I absolutely loved the DFW, the Department of Fish and Wildlife here in the US. I thought that this was so cool as an addition because it makes sense to me. You know, if dinosaurs are around the globe, especially in the wild here in the US, the Department of Fish and Wildlife is going to be integrally involved in all of the operations, you know, for those dinosaurs, because they deal with both invasive and native species. And dinosaurs, technically, even though they lived here, you know, 65 million years ago, plus, you know, longer than that, they would technically, I believe, be a invasive species because they're in an environment that they never, ever, ever were a part of. And part of the definition, at least here in the US, of an invasive species is human introduction. And I don't know what is more of a human introduction than Jurassic Park. So yeah, I'm kind of sad that they cut the DFW from the game here. I really hope that they add more of that stuff back, because I really miss it. Like there's not even the logo or the DFW anywhere, you know, when I was building stuff in Sandbox. Anyway, again, I'm kind of rambling here, but I'm gonna switch it to the Badlands helicopter here. We gotta go and actually do an expedition to... Hello? Hello? Can I not click on it that way? Ah, there we go. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna go here to the Egg Mountain. And I think... Who do we need for this? We'll send Wells. You go.
Fantastic! Our expedition is underway. Let's hope they bring back some great fossils, huh? Keeping an eye on dinosaur welfare is a full-time job, and I don't want your attention stretched thin. That's when trouble starts. The ranger teams can handle it, but they'll need to be assigned to ranger posts to guide their patrols. Let's build some posts and get those rangers to work.
Speaking of invasive species, this is a map here in Hawaii, and we have here a red mangrove. These are invasive in Hawaii, if you all did not know that. Yeah.
Make sure the ranger posts cover any dinosaurs that you want your rangers to keep an eye on during their patrols.
I think that's pretty nice. Right there, that pretty much covers everything. And then... that pretty much covers everything as well.
Looking good! Now just assign ranger teams to those posts and you're set.
Yep, same as before with the maintenance teams. We're gonna assign ranger teams. We'll just assign ranger team 1 to both of those.
Maiasaura are not the only animals that this client cares about. So, while we have some time, please ensure that the other dinosaurs here are comfortable.
I love Parasaurolophus. It's one of my favorite dinosaurs. But I gotta say, I don't know why, but I mean, I already said in the last episode, I'm not a huge fan of the skins that Frontier uses. You know, the stripes and everything has like a camo vibe to it. Like a neon camo vibe to it. Not a huge fan. You know, I prefer the models in Prehistoric Kingdom more so, but these do look good. They do, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong if this comes across on screen. They look a little plasticky here. They kind of look fake. I do like this green Parasaurolophus though. This is nice. This looks better than the brown skin, in my opinion. That's nice. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, we have Gallimimus here. Oh, is this an albino Gallimimus? Are you albino? It's Sonoran Desert. No, I guess not. I feel like the scale is also off again in this game. The ATV is so much smaller than the Gallimimus. But maybe that's realistic for, you know, this. I don't know. Anyway, they need ground leaf. So we're gonna do some of those leafy climbers again. I'll just throw them on down. We'll try to replace as much of that little forest as we can. Wetland. I need more wetland. Let's do a bog. Yeah, that's nice. Alright. So Gallimimus has over 85%. Now we gotta do that for the Parasaurolophus here. They also need more wetland. Let's do a marsh. That sounds nice. Ooh. That's kind of cool. I like that. And then they need ground nut. Ground nut. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Now let's have this here in the back of the habitat so that we can have some viewing. Speaking of which,
no one's going to want to visit these sites
gallery.
if they can't see the dinosaurs. Look, this isn't my area of expertise, but the math is simple enough. Impressive prehistoric animals plus well-placed viewing galleries equals more guests. Take those guests and subtract their spending money, and that equals a very happy Cabot Finch, huh? How's that for showing you're working out? The point is, always make sure an enclosure has good dinosaur visibility if we're to make this a sustainable endeavor. A well-positioned viewing building is worth its weight in, well, concrete and reinforced glass.
Oh, that's crazy. Rudy. Anyway, we gotta place down these viewing galleries. I thought it was hilarious that Rudy Rencamel's creation that he just made as of recording this. He made this fairly recently. You know, if you're watching this in the future, it's not. But he made the kitchen scene from the original Jurassic Park movie. I did not know that he made it like this in a viewing gallery. That's pretty nice, actually. But anyway, we have our DIN viewing galleries that we used before. We got the Jurassic World, which I really like these. I like this aesthetic. Then we got the Jurassic Park, classic thatch there with the classic torches and concrete. I love it. And then we have our new theme. So here we have the Texarkana over here. And I like how this looks, though I will say, really none of the maps that we have in the game are suitable for this, because we have the Badlands, which are in Montana. They don't use this sort of Pueblo style architecture there. And then we have the Clark County, Nevada, which I guess you could technically get away with. Again, they call this Texarkana, sort of implying that this is reminiscent of like Texas sort of area, Texas desert. I think this is more reminiscent of somewhere like Arizona or you know, New Mexico. Nevada you could probably get away with, but yeah. Anyway, moving on now. We have our Asian gallery here. Very nice, very nice. I found that these are pretty much the most detailed things that they have in here so far. I'm really impressed with the Asian building variants that they have. Then we have Malta. So for those of you that remember the movie Jurassic World Dominion, they went to Malta in there, and the last game had a lot of Malta inspired stuff. You know, very like Mediterranean feel there. I like it. It's very cool. And then we have the Alpine viewing gallery here, and this is really, really nice. I really like the Alpine viewing stuff. This would look great in the Germany map that we have in the game. I think this would also look great in the Canada map too. Just sort of, you know, like a Alpine like Banff, if anybody knows Banff National Park. But again, rambling. So we're gonna do the DIN galleries here. Where's that under? Here we go. And we'll just place this pretty centralized here. And we'll connect up these paths. This one doesn't really have a close path, so I'm gonna extend this path out here, and we'll go kind of to the water. I'm actually gonna swoop around so that we miss the water here. Yeah, because I think that'd be a cool little feature there.
Hey, did our expedition team make it back all right? Did they, find anything good?
Use the Science Center to extract genetic information from the fossils they bring back. This is a task best done by scientists skilled in genetics.
And anything not rich in genetic information could still make us rich in petty cash. So don't be shy about selling things either.
Awesome. So we have a bunch of fossils here. We have amber, which gives us the most amount of genetic data from it. So we're gonna research 2 of these, and that completely fills our slot. And then Wells has the most genetic skill. So again, we only needed 3. She has 4.
Ooh, while we're laying the foundation of the project, let's build a hatchery too. Can't breed dinosaurs without hatching a few eggs, right?
Awesome. We get to put down our first hatchery of the tutorial campaign here. So we have... Why are you... Oh, what? Miasora? Hello? I didn't make you. Where did you come from? Did they find them? Interesting. That's weird. Anyway, we're gonna place down a hatchery here now, and we have a couple of options. Again, this is the Jurassic World nursery, and then we have the Jurassic Park nursery. Personally, I like the Jurassic Park nursery better. We're gonna place that down right here. And then we'll extend this path out just a little bit, and then connect that up. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete
Now that you can exert more control over embryonic
nice right
hormones,
angle.
it's time to synthesize your first male Miasora. Just think, generations of dinosaurs engineered to be female, and now we're purposefully unshackling them. Incredible.
Interesting. That's weird. Has anybody else noticed this? Has anybody else noticed this? It says there's 0 dinosaurs here.
Generator will be running soon.
Huh. Interesting. That's gotta be a glitch then. Uh-oh. And what? Synthesize a batch of Miasora. Okay. There we go. So we can do Lokiceratops and Corinthosaurus here as well, because we have over 50. Jesus Christ. Over 50% DNA for both of those, which is all that we need to synthesize a batch of dinosaurs. So yeah, so we have Miasora here. Let's see if we can modify the skin tones. Do random. Do random. Let's do random and random. Yeah. So let's synthesize a batch. We're gonna start this task, and I'm really curious to see what skins we get.
If I may, I can only hope that all the consequences of this are being considered. I know they're not, of course, but, you know, I do love to hope.
We are considering every outcome in this research. Your concern is understandable, but unfounded.
Unfounded? Geez, what a thing to say. My concern has a rock-solid foundation of experience. You know, I've seen profits put before science. I've seen rapid progress, and the excitement around that eclipse any caution. So, not unfounded.
Yes, I misspoke. Your experience is evident, but we are not Biosyn, Doctor. We are not InGen. Try to see this work with fresh eyes, optimistic eyes.
Well, I'm very optimistic, so let's keep on going.
Of course you are, Cabot.
I'm never gonna be a fan of more outgoing costs, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna need scientists with skills in welfare to actually get incubation going.
All right, so we gotta hire yet another scientist, somebody with, what was it? Combined total of 5 welfare. Let's see if we got that. Typically, the scientists that have welfare typically run a little higher. Ah, here we go. Chang. All right. Mr. Chang, you are coming with us.
Okay, let's incubate those eggs. You've gotta love the hatchery, right? Amazing building. Life literally develops inside it.
Ah, so we lost an egg. So they have a batch size of 4, and we only are ending up with 3 here. Most likely because we only have, again, 50% DNA learned from these dinosaurs. So we don't have a successful, like, 100% of the time chance. So anyway, ooh, yeah. So let's do male. Ooh, that's nice. What? Oh, and it changes the skin tone. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So we have this male here has Limpopo River with the pattern lithobates. And then we have this one here, this female, Great Sandy Desert, and the pattern Rana. And then we have this one here that actually has traits. This one has a trait too, the resilient trait. But this one has docile and social. And she also has Limpopo, but she has Pulcharana here as the skin pattern. And what do we get if we get male? Ooh, that's a cool one. Mangrove Forest. What do we get? You're a male. Oh, that's cool too. That's cool too. All right, we'll change you back, but I do like those because I think we have to keep it this way for the campaign. But yeah, that's cool. All right, Mr. Chang, get on it.
Commencing synthesis procedure.
Oh, hello there, history. Repeating yourself, I see.
So crazy.
Hey, tell me, did meddling in nature work out well the first time?
I really like this map. This map is really, really nice. I have a few seconds here. This map is big.
All right, ready when you are.
All right. What? What? How did we get so many? What? Dinosaur 8? Whatever. We gotta release these dinosaurs now.
Dinosaur synthesis. It never gets any less magical, does it?
Those are some beautiful animals. And note how the male and female Maiasaura have different patterning too.
Dimorphism in prehistoric animals. And given how rare males are in the wild, I suspect we still have so much to discover.
Yes,
We end up
indeed.
with so
And
many
this is just the start.
Maiasaura.
So, let's get
Only
those
made
Maiasaura
3 of
comfortable.
them. I only made 3 of them. How did we end up with so many? I like how it said too that we... Whoa. Socializing. Alright. A little silly behavior there. I like how it said that we needed to make, we needed to notice the difference between the males and the females. I don't think we were supposed to make them colorful, but I think we were supposed to make them like their base color. Whatever, that's fine. All right, so really all they need is ground fiber, and we'll just do a little bit of that here. Here we go. Yeah, this is our male. Number 2 is, God, he's number 9. What?
Okay, now we need to check our Maiasaura's breeding potential and compatibility.
All right, here we go. We are going to start breeding these dinosaurs. Let's click on our male.
Though I understand, you have ways of assessing
He
their
has a
breeding
poor breeding
capabilities.
chance with
Their fertility.
everybody.
Oh, yes.
With
There are chemical markers,
absolutely
but
everybody.
honestly,
Definitely this
you can
one, it
tell
looks
everything
like.
you need to just
Maybe
by
it's just
observing the
lighting.
dinosaurs closely enough.
Interesting. Can you tell with humans too?
I know you're in charge here, but do
Okay,
I
Abbott.
actually have to answer that?
No, you do not.
Oh, Cabot. What a guy.
Now, eventually you do plan to have breeding in your breeding program, right?
Yes, we do. But dinosaurs need an appropriate nest first. Replicating the natural conditions these animals need is what sets this research apart.
Aha! Artificially replicating nature. No doubt this will go completely according to plan, as it always does.
All right, so yeah, so we got to place down these breeding patches here. And again, we have a few options. We have this one here, which is just medium land nesting area 1. We have another one, medium land nesting area 1. And this is interesting. I don't really see this like realistically fitting with Maiasaura, but it's cool nonetheless. Then we have this one. I actually kind of like this one for, you know, what it is. Like, you know, this is a breeding area, like, designated for these dinosaurs. Maybe they pump in, like, pheromones in there, but they got, like, security that keeps it, you know, keeps it in check and stuff. But we're not going to use that one. We're going to use this realistic one, because I think this looks nice. And, of course, delete
Conditions are right, and the dinosaurs are happy. Now all we can do is wait.
Hey, hope I didn't miss the main attraction.
There we go.
Oh, no,
And
hello.
that foliage back.
Are you with the Ding Group?
Oh,
Cool with that.
no.
'Cause it has
Where
to.
are my manners? I'm Isaac Clement. Great to meet you. I do a lot of work with the entertainment sector, and they are very interested in this project of yours. Juveniles will meet huge crowds after all, so I have to see this for myself. But it's all good. I'll be patient.
Hey, patience. That's a refreshing thing to see. You know, if only those folks that preceded you had waited longer and planned more, maybe decided not to play with the genetic foundations of life with all the grace of a kid baking a cake for the first time. And by that I mean, you got to admire their ambition, but my God, the mess.
It worked. We got eggs. See, you take care of the dinosaurs and they do what comes naturally. I can't wait for what comes next.
Very, very nice. Yeah, so we have
This
an egg
seems like a
here.
good chance to talk about contracts. They're jobs you can pick up on the side to build your reputation with the
Nice.
industry sectors. And bring in a little extra cash while you're at it. Here, let's get you started with one now.
Yeah, it wants me to do a contract because this is gonna take quite a while. How long is it? Yeah, almost 2 minutes. Real time. All right, so we have our first contracts here of the game. These have been in the previous games before, so again, I know kind of how these work. But yeah, this is nice. So research small herbivore dig sites 1 at the Science Center. That gives the most rewards, it looks like, except for money, but I'm okay with that. I wanna hit these, so we're gonna do this one. And then, what was it? Yeah, so we have to research small herbivores 1, tiny herbivores, small herbivores 1. So we get access to the Struthiomimus, the Pachycephalosaurus, and the Ornithomimus. Now, I'm very excited about Ornithomimus because they have a new skin in this game. I think Ornithomimus is actually a new dinosaur technically to this game, but I'm really excited to see them in here. It's a feathered skin from what I've seen, and I absolutely love the feathered dinosaurs. I always love the feathered dinosaurs, whether they are realistically feathered or not, which Ornithomimus is definitely not realistically feathered, but I'm cool with it either way. I'm cool with that. All right, so we finished researching that. Can we research anything else? We could research small or medium herbivores. Maybe. Oh, let's see. All right, let's do this. Begin extraction. And so once we research more of that DNA, these dinosaurs that we have, they again only have, does it tell us? Does it tell us how much DNA we used to make them? No? In the previous games, it would tell you how much DNA you synthesized them with, but basically they still will not have 100% DNA, but the new Meosaura that we create will have that. All right, so let's take a look at this. So we have even more dig sites here on the map. What is this? Scientist busy. Okay, whatever. Corinthsaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, very nice. Ornithomimus. Yeah, let's do Ornithomimus. I wanna do that. So let's send out our scientist. Get the Ornithomimus, and yeah, we're kind of at the point now where things are gonna start to take a while. So for the campaign, you know, I don't plan on talking all of the time for that. Ooh, movement in the nest. Life is about to find a way. Anyway, I don't plan on talking the entire time. So in the event in the future, in future episodes where, you know, we're just kind of waiting around, I might speed through that part, or, you know, just cut it out entirely. So there might be a few like jump cuts in there like this, but this technically was not.
Juvenile dinosaurs
so cute.
created the old-fashioned way. How far they've come. No longer man-made assets that test the limits of what science can or should do, but animals. Naturally bred animals.
It's so cute.
Wow, fascinating. So fascinating, and possibly cataclysmic. I'm wildly curious to find out.
My word, you actually did it. By recreating natural
there he is with
conditions, no
Mom.
less.
Oh, that's
This could
cute.
be just the thing to give dinosaurs a foothold in challenging environments.
That's so cute.
Wow. I feel like I'm staring at history in the making, and it is adorable. I think we all need to share the news, but I bet people are gonna want proof.
Is that Mom?
Can we grab some
No,
pictures?
that's not Mom.
Full disclosure,
Who's
I've
that
already
woman?
named them Cabot Jr., so make sure you get their best side.
He's already named him
But,
Cabot Jr.
let's
Can
be
we
honest,
rename it Cabot
that's
Jr.?
any side, right?
Oh my god, it actually is named Cabot Jr. That's funny. That's hilarious. All right, Cabot Jr. Again, you guys know my feelings on Cabot, but whatever. So yeah, he's got some cool stats there. Who is this? That is not your mom. Dinosaur 2. That's not your mom. Why are you with her? Did you just imprint on her, little buddy?
Generator will be running soon.
Alright, whatever. Ooh. Let's grab you. Direct control. Nope. Didn't want to do that. Again, you guys know that I pretty much am used to playing on keyboard or controller for this. How do I take photo? F? Terrible photo. It's a terrible photo. Whatever. Oh, and the little baby's a female. Nice. Lady Cabot
What a
Jr.
photo! Oh,
Interesting.
I'm printing out a copy of that one for my wallet.
Matures in
They
10
grew
years.
up so fast.
So,
Okay, we need to make sure that our guests have a good view of these little miracles, too.
Ah, yes, the three most important days in any life. The day you're born, the day you die, and the day the viewing gallery opens.
of course, the day the viewing gallery opens is the most important day of your entire life. Alright, so we'll place that again right about there. Draw another path. I don't know if I want to straighten this path out in there. Kind of like how it's going, but I don't know.
Uh-oh.
No.
The juvenile is unwell. That's the trouble with having an undeveloped immune system, I guess.
Good lord, it's Cabot Jr. We've barely had any time together. You've got to do something, Doc.
It doesn't seem serious to my eyes, but it does need investigating. We'll need a paleomedical facility to do so. You can choose an MVU team and ride alongside them, or give them a task to diagnose whatever is ailing that juvenile. Let's find out what's wrong as soon as possible.
Cute little guy. Okay, so now we have disease in our game. And we gotta build one of these, a paleomedical facility. Now these are pretty big, if I remember correctly. So again, we have a few options. It is kind of lagging out my game right now, but that's okay. So again, this is the Den one. We have our Jurassic World, and then we have our Jurassic Park. And I think I'm gonna go with the Jurassic Park here for this. And we will put this right about there. And then what I'm actually gonna do, I'm just gonna click once, and then we're gonna drag that out there. And then I want to make this kind of look like it's actually, you know, they can actually just drive straight out and not have to go on the grass. So there we go. Now and we'll do this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and then we'll delete that. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. I'm not going to drive this because you all know I can't drive these vehicles in here. But we'll send him out either way. And we'll see him turn around. And we have a couple options here as well. Let's go to the first one. We have our Den skin. We have our Jurassic World skin. The Lost World. I like that. That's pretty cool. We have the JPG, which again was in the last game. They played a pretty big part in there. Then we have DFW. Again, I love DFW. I might end up using some of those skins just because we are in America.
All right, well, we've done the scan. So,
Jurassic Park.
What's wrong with my prehistoric little ray of sunshine?
And then, yeah, nice. We'll do Den. Yeah, why not? Ooh, what? We got more fossils. All right, so we can sell these. Nice. Yeah, there we go. You guys can kind of see the skin patterning there for Ornithomimus. Let's see if we can do this. 70, 80. Nice, nice. Ooh, I can actually have two different fossils in there. Very cool. Let's do this. Yep. And then we need to research this disease. So they have cryptosporidosis. Yeah, cryptosporidosis. We need to start research here. This is a disease that causes the dinosaurs to become dehydrated. It can spread through the park and is caused by parasites. So they have a parasitic illness. Fortunately, we have enough researchers on the case for that.
As I suspected, not a pleasant illness, but not untreatable either. Have your scientists research the cure, then use an MVU team to deliver that cure via DART.
Sounds like a plan. I just hope that Cabot Jr. is better with needles than I am.
Alright, so it is researching. Got a few more seconds there. Very nice.
Okay, great. That's the research complete. Now, let's get that dinosaur cured. Assign an MVU team to a nearby ranger post, Stat. Patrolling MVU teams will automatically scan and diagnose minor issues. Major issues? Well, those will call for a trip to a paleo-medical facility.
All right, so we'll just assign the MVU teams, I guess, to these. Oh my God, can I click on this, please? Please, can I click on this? There we go. All right, there we go. Nice.
Wait a second. You're kidding. Is that Bob? Oh, how I have missed that man.
We worked together for years, Finch.
Ah,
My name is George.
George
But Lambert's
Lambert.
fine. Dr. Dua told me about Din and about the juveniles. She suggested the security sector should advise.
A perfect time for you to join us, Mr. Lambert. It seems that the situation at our Montana site has changed. The velociraptors are moving closer.
Oh, the carnivores have noticed the human buffet that we've graciously set up for them. What a surprise.
Yes, well, we need to return there immediately and handle the situation.
Oh, what? Structured breeding program. Interesting. Ooh, okay. So yeah, they say the velociraptors are coming in. We need to get there, hurry. Yeah, we can make ornithomimus. Let's take a look at this before we go back. Ooh, that is nice. So yeah, again, this is not accurate at all, but it's nice. The sexual dimorphism here, the difference between male and female, is a little tuft of hair on the top of their head. That's nice. Let's do... Ooh, that's nice. I kind of like Great Sandy Desert. I'm gonna keep saying that that's pretty nice, but that's pretty nice. I like that. All right, anyway, we gotta go back to the Badlands. So, let's go over here. Oh, we have 1 star over here in Hawaii. We have 0 stars. Oh, because it's an emergency event. Okay, let's go.
Everyone, the velociraptors, what are they doing?
The inevitable, their biological imperative, you know, they're hunting.
Nice.
High alert, people. Finch, it's time to prove that Din cares about security.
Right, well, the guests and me need somewhere to hide. Build an emergency
Nice.
shelter.
There they are. Velociraptors, quit running. Stop running. Pause for a second. Take a look at that. Actually, you know what? Oh, no. Of course they won't let me do capture mode. But you know what? That's cool. Yeah, there he goes.
Got some damage here.
Okay, let's make an emergency shelter before everybody gets eaten. So again, we have a couple of choices here. We can do the Jurassic World, and we can do the Jurassic Park. Let's do Jurassic World.
A fine-looking hidey hole there. And now open up the shelter to put out the alert. Raptors can be a tricky target on the best of days, so I suggest letting the pros do their thing. Give the capture team the task to tranquilize those dinosaurs and put a stop to the rampage.
All right, tranquilize. Let me zoom in. Watch them? No, we can't. So that's fine. Nice. We got one. I wonder how many people got eaten. Got another. They're a lot more accurate than they were in the last game. I say that and they've missed like 5 times. There they go. Nice.
Right. Those dinosaurs won't be waking up
Very
anytime
nice.
soon, but we better have an enclosure ready for when they do. We do have a half-built enclosure on site that'll probably do the job, if you can, you know, finish it up.
Probably do the job. All right, so now it's teaching us how to make enclosures here.
We should power those fences with a generator. If an animal tries to escape, it could hurt itself or even your guests. A light shock, however, will act as a gentle deterrent.
Yeah, listen, you can call me paranoid or, more accurately, justifiably nervous, but I'm telling you, those generators tend to run out of juice at the very worst of times.
Don't we all? But no, I don't want dinosaurs
you,
getting out
Cabot.
either. Worth making sure that the generators are in range of a maintenance post so our maintenance team can keep an eye on them. When the enclosure is ready, give the order to transport those sleeping meat eaters into it.
Gate?
I'll leave it in your capable hands, okay? Take as long as you need, but not too long. Even sleeping carnivores make me nervous.
All right, we'll do another backup generator, and we'll put that one. Let's put it down here in this valley. I don't really think there's going to be much that's going to go on down in this little valley, so let's put it down there.
Ladies and gentlemen, after
And then
an
we got to
unexpected
transport all of these dinosaurs.
across the site. Thank you for your patience and understanding.
That's nice that it just intuitively knew that I wanted to do that, because that could have been bad.
Asset collection requested.
Good work. Now wait for the delivery to end and confirm they're all enclosed.
It's strange, isn't it? Alan and Ellie had a dig site near here in this scenic patch of Montana's Badlands. You know, they were digging for fossilized dinosaurs, and now you're containing living, breathing, thinking dinosaurs a mere stone's throw away. Wow, it's really, it's poetic in a vague sort of sense, and deeply terrifying in a more specific sort of sense.
All right, let's close the shelters because the threat
Ladies
is
and
over.
gentlemen, we apologize for any inconvenience experienced during our recent handling of the
All right, all of our raptors.
Asset delivery.
Let's take a look at how our dinosaurs are doing from before too. Our Lokiceratops, they are happy as can be. We have our Carinthosaurus. They have too few male adults. Can we make? All right, it's blocking us. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Again, as usual, I always do.
Generator will be running soon.
Uh-oh. Okay. There was a glitch in the last game where the helicopters here would stay the entire time hovering sometimes. I don't know if that glitch is back in this one, but I guess I put them close enough where they only can drop off the dinosaurs one at a time, which kind of sucks, but whatever. You have environmental issues. Let's see. So you need more cover, okay? Let's do native woodland.
Make sure to close any shelters once you've dealt with the threat. After all,
need
guests
prey.
aren't likely to spend money while they're busy hunkering down. Although a bunker gift shop isn't a bad idea. Huh. Nice job dealing with those raptors. Vicious and intelligent carnivores don't tend to mix well with guests.
Vicious and intelligent they may be, but those velociraptors deserve as much support as any other dinosaur. A feeder that gives them an outlet for their hunting instinct would be particularly beneficial.
Better the goats than us, is what you mean to say.
So, yeah, alright. So we gotta put in the... Ooh. Ooh, actually, can I do that? Does that count as cover for them? It does. I like that, actually, a little better. The arid. Okay, yeah. We'll do that instead. But now they need more pasture. So... Arid. Barren. No, they're good. They're good, actually. But they need prey. So we have to put in this live prey feeder, aka the goat from the original movie. Does anybody else remember in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis? If anybody played that out there, does anybody remember the cow that they had? They had the goat feeder, and you know, pretty much all the other feeders that we have here in this game, but they had a goat. And since the very first Jurassic World Evolution, people have been requesting the goat, or the cow, to come back. I think they should add the cow back. I would love to see the velociraptors hunt down the cow, because that's what they did in the movie. The goat was only seen for the Tyrannosaurus, not for Velociraptor. Anyway, I digress. Let's pause there. Actually, can I do capture mode? Yes, I can. All right. You all are going to witness me make the thumbnail really quick. Very nice. Build a ranger post so they can reach the velociraptors. Ranger post. Ranger post. We'll put this down here in this little valley area. Add ranger team. Assign.
Now that they're enclosed, those raptors will actually be boosting the site's appeal. And more appeal means more guests, so it's good news in my
We'll
book.
actually do a capture team
Guests
as well,
will actually
just in
need to be
case.
able to see the raptors to be impressed by them, but that's why we build viewing galleries, right? Huh? Dinosaur appeal is great, but dinosaur visibility is what will actually sell tickets. Improving visibility with attractions like the viewing gallery is an important step if we actually want to make a profit here. And you do want to make a profit, right?
Sometimes I want to make a profit.
I'd rather like to revisit our Corythosaurus. They needed males in the herd to thrive, and thanks to Dr. Baldera, that's exactly what we can provide them with. We just need enough genome to begin synthesis. We will need an expedition center to organize gathering the appropriate genetic material. Then, once we have processed the fossils in the science center, we can synthesize the males in a hatchery.
All right, so we have a whole bunch of stuff to do now. We got to make a operational hatchery in the Corythosaurus enclosure. We have to increase the genome from 55 to 70. We have to synthesize, incubate, and release a male Corythosaurus, and then we have to release that male Corythosaurus. So let's start by creating our hatchery. Again, we're gonna go, no, we're gonna go Jurassic World for this one. And I will place that right about, oh, come on. Come on. It's because the dinosaurs are blocking the way. Great. And that's pretty much the only spot that I can put it. Oh boy. Yep. Oh boy. I'm tempted to tranquilize them, to move them. Sometimes though, in these games, you just gotta wait. So that's what we'll do. We will wait. Alright, I'm not waiting any longer, because that's gonna take way too long. But we're gonna make an expedition center. And I kind of want to have this relatively located close to our little security outpost that we have here. So we're gonna have this go right about here, and it only got rid of one rock, which is fine. Not ideal, but it's okay. There we go. That's hooked up. Let's do an expedition. Oh, we gotta hire some more scientists. So again, we need somebody high in logistics, high in genetics, and high in welfare. We're gonna hire her for our logistics. Then we're gonna hire Jesse for our welfare. And then do we have somebody high in genetics? No, we do not. So I'm going to have to refresh our candidates and hope for the best. And it'll take a minute before we can refresh again. And it's going to cost us $100,000. But I think we have to. We have a couple better options, but we don't have many. So we're gonna actually go with Arthur here. Even though he has 0 welfare, we're gonna go with him because he has higher potential to learn more genetic skill down the road than Judith would. All right, so now let's send out our expedition for the Corinthosaurus. We're gonna send it here to the Dinosaur Park Formation B.
Popping up generator.
And again, have you all moved? Coming up so close. Loki Ceratops is in the way, but it's fine. Oh, there we go. You know what? I had to just take it. I had to just take it and just kind of just deal with it. I wanted this further over, but it's fine. It took long enough to do it to begin with anyway. But that, folks, is where I'm going to leave it off for this episode here. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like down below. It helps out the algorithm. Just push these videos to more people. If you've stuck around for this long, I want to say thank you again from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. There are a million things you could have been doing, and you chose to spend a little bit of that time here with me. and watch us play through the campaign here for Jurassic World Evolution 3. If you want these videos as soon as I upload them to YouTube and not wait for the premiere date, consider being a member down below as well. I think it's like $3 a month, just supports the channel, supports me being able to make these videos more consistently and push them out faster. You know, the more people we have there with the memberships, then I'm gonna push these videos out a lot faster than, you know, I would otherwise. So with that, again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. So I will see you all in the next video. Again, thank you. Take care for now.